Hey everyone, in this video we want to briefly talk to you about what you can control versus what you can't control. Because
everyone wants to control everything.
Wanting to control, everything around you, outside of yourself is
a mental disorder.
a common desire that many people have. But you can't. You cannot control things outside of yourself. But so what we want to do basically in this video is just point out situations that happen that a lot of people like to think they have control over, and how to change your mindset around it towards the thing in that situation that you actually have control over.
Yeah.
What's the first one?
What we do not have control of is how someone perceives our message.
Yeah. I could be on, well, Twitter's actually not a great example of this because so big issue for both of us is on Facebook, where you can write out like long messages, that type of thing.
We love it.
We like to be succinct. People take that as us being dicks because you can't, obviously they can't see our face, they can't see we're smiling, and we're like, oh, they're gonna love this answer. And instead they're like,
so much thought into it.
And instead they're just like, God, you're a dick. You should try and be more compassionate in your answer. And I'm like, I was just literally answering exactly the question that you asked without any fluff language. The reason I said Twitter isn't a good example of this is because there's a character limit. So people expect you to be to the point, right? So that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But the point is that you can't control, like in writing, for example, you can't really control how people perceive it.
No.
You can to some extent, like you can use fluff language and things to try and like change how people read it. You can use emojis, but ultimately it's still up in the air.
Yeah, and for people like me and you both, we don't do that. Like people really can't read if we're happy, like when we're talking face to face either. Yeah. Like I look like this and I'll be like really happy inside.
Yeah.
It's just I don't have a lot of like facial expression where people can read, and I do not use fluff language usually because it feels fake to me.
Yeah.
And so people perceive it sometimes as me being a dick, and I've had to come to the conclusion that I cannot control their perception of me because I'm not willing to change who I am at a fundamental level. I don't even think I can at this point, but
yeah, exactly. So you can't control how other people perceive you, but you can control how you respond to situations. You have control over your ideas, your thoughts, your actions. So if someone's talking to you like head on, they seem like they're being a dick, recognize you can't control them, but you can choose to respond in whatever way you want. And if you're the one talking and coming across like a dick, you can't control how the other person's going to perceive you, whether they're going to understand you're just being direct or whether they're going to think you're attacking them. But you can choose how to engage with that person.
Yeah, if they start losing their shit.
Yeah.
And you didn't intend to do anything like that, what I just do is I'm like, okay, so that was not my intention to make you upset. Like, that's what I say. Can we back up?
Yeah, exactly. So I think we covered that one pretty
well. Another thing that people like to control is how others speak.
Like controlling their language.
Yeah, they get super pissed off. Like I see this in the evidence-based crowd all the time. They are not using the proper language. People are going to misunderstand them. Why are they talking like this?
They're just spinning their wheels. They're wasting their time doing this. Like, why are they engaging in these behaviors?
Well, they almost want to take away the freedom of speech too. And I won't get into that here, but
they want to take away freedom of speech, freedom of doing whatever
they want. But it's their desire to control language, which even if they took away freedom of speech, you're never going to be able to control language the way that they want to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree. But what can you do?
You can control the way that you talk to other people.
Yes.
Do you notice the pattern yet? Like everything's internal that you can control. You can't control external sources of information, input, like anything.
Yeah, exactly. So related to that one, then I want to branch off it because I brought it up, but the behavior of other people. So you can't control how they speak, okay? But you can control how you speak and how you respond to their message. You also can't control their behavior. People are going to do dumb shit that you don't agree with. You can't control them. You can try and talk with them. You can try and educate them. You can provide information that they can use to make a decision themselves, but you cannot make that decision for them.
Nope.
Nope. What you can do is control your own habits, your own patterns, your own behaviors.
And this goes in the like diet stuff too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like always trying to make their spouses eat healthier, right? You cannot control their behavior.
No. But what you could do is you could do all the healthy things yourself and hope that they pick up on some of those habits. Especially if you're cohabitating, it's like if you eat similar meals, then maybe they'll be forced to eat something you cook, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of ways for it to bleed over. But you cannot just like control another person's life. They're going to make their own choices and you need to respect that.
Yeah, because if not, then you make yourself insane. Like it wastes mental energy that you could be using on something productive. Like why the fuck are you wasting your whole day trying to control everything outside of yourself?
Yeah, and so this feeds perfectly into the next one I want to touch on, which is you can't control where others put their energy and their effort, but you can't control where you put your energy and attention.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I seriously, like I do not get bothered when people don't want to hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like other people seriously get super pissed off and lose their shit on the internet. Like,
yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, they don't want to hear me. Move on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically just understanding that you can't force people to listen to you. So again, this feeds off the other one because I had mentioned you could like provide them information to make an informed decision. Yeah, you can do that, but you can't force them to actually like integrate that information into their decision-making process. What you can do is you can choose where you want to place your own attention and your energy. And if you realize that there is no point in continuing to provide them with information, stop frustrating yourself and trying to force it. Just stop providing them information. Focus your efforts elsewhere.
Yeah,
you have control over that.
If they're not going to hear you, then they're
and this is common super in relationships because you like a lot of relationship problems are because one person is like, why are you doing that? And it's something the other person is doing that irritates them. And it's like, okay, stop. Instead of focusing on what they're doing, focus on how you can alter your behavior, in a more positive way that would
even if it's just your reaction to the situation and understanding that you cannot control your spouse. Like that is a ship that sailed with me like when I was probably like 23. Like I realized I was like, I cannot control anything my spouse is doing, like nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so why am I getting so pissed off? Like I need to work on me getting angry because it's just hurting me and I'm never going to be able to control other people.
Yeah. So.
And so that.
No, sorry. I jumped the gun. Go.
You go for it.
Okay, whatever. I was going to say our last one on this one, which again feeds off that last one is the situations that you find yourself in, the stuff that happens to you. Life happens and you can't control it. I mean,
look at 2020.
Yeah, I know, right? Or better yet, look at yesterday when my little can of diet soda got knocked over by a cat on my desk and like got over everything, right?
Tara has this thing where she likes to headbutt cans.
Yeah, so that was my mistake for leaving it out. I knew I wasn't supposed to do that from past experiences, but what's the point of getting angry at a cat that has no idea what they're doing? And what's the point of just fuming over it? It's like, nope, I'm just going to grab the paper towels, clean it up, spray it with some stuff so it ain't sticky, and everything's fine now. Everything's good, back to normal. You wouldn't even know it happened.
Yeah, and that does take some training. All this takes training. Like I remember when I was like late to work before and something would go wrong or I'd have to go get gas. I'd get in the car and it'd be empty and I would be so pissed. But then I trained myself over time to be like, well, I can't control it right now. So there's no use in spending mental energy getting upset over
traffic jam. It's like, well, yeah. I mean, what are you going to do?
It's trained. He's really good at it. I had to train it for years because I was like more reactive when I was younger. You're a lot more calm about that stuff. Like,
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
but it's just a mental habit that you have to condition.
That takes work. Yeah.
All of this is. What I do always is I always bring it back to myself and I'm like, what can I control in the situation? And it's usually just my attitude and my reaction and my thoughts.
Yep.
Like that's what it comes back to. And that the reason why it comes back to you is because that's the only empowering solution. That's how you have power.
Yeah.
And life is a power struggle. Like
Yeah.
That's what it is. If you look at all your relationships, everything is a power dynamic. And so is taking control.
100%.
That's it.
And that's it. Awesome. All right, peeps. If you like the content of this video, then great. That's what we're trying to do. Give the video a like, share it with someone who you think needs to hear this because they're always trying to control things outside of themselves rather than inside. And if you haven't, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.